Hi, it's Lee Watts with Ashby and Watts Consulting, and hope you all are having a fabulous week, month, day, year. I am going to talk a little bit about a subject I'm really passionate about, which is client service and client experience. If you missed it, I wrote a blog recently about it on Forbes, and if you would like a copy of that, contact me at Lee, at ashbyandwatts.com, or you could visit any one of my social media sites to see it, or even on my website. So it's a great blog about the client service and the competitive advantages of having great client service and a great client experience. And I was actually talking to someone today about client service, and she didn't feel as strongly about it, and I am just so passionate about it. So I thought I would do a video about it today, and I'm trying to commit to doing more videos. So I figure, you know what, let's just go for it. I'm going to just talk and start somewhere with this. So, client service is so important, but I want to talk about client service and client experience because uh, those are two different things. And right now, we see a lot of companies, organizations focusing on client experience. Now, the difference between client service and client experience is that client service is often very reactive. They are reacting to feedback, they're reacting to a complaint, they're reacting to something that someone has said to them about their business or organization or something that they needed to improve upon. Most of the time, that's what client service is. But client experience is evaluating the whole experience of a client or a customer from the time they step onto your premises or the time they call or find you on the website to how they receive their invoices, their billing, when they go to the restroom, like the whole experience of a client or a customer. And a company or organization will be proactive and not reactive and find out how they can influence, improve, make it an awesome client experience. And speaking of making it an awesome client experience, I was reading something recently and it talked about um, someone stopped by a table at a restaurant and asked, how was your service? And they were like, fine, it was good. And so the waitress walked away thinking, okay, good, fine, But that shouldn't be the goal, is for your customers or clients to say everything was fine. It should be memorable. It should be, wow, this was one of the best meals I've ever had, or I had so much fun tonight, or my waitress was outstanding. And it doesn't have to be a restaurant, obviously, but whatever business you're in, whatever service or experience that you're providing, are you making people say, wow? Are you making yourself memorable? And this is one of the reasons I tie client service and client experience into marketing and business development, because it is definitely part of retaining and attracting new business and new clients and new customers and an audience and your followers. So, client service and client experience is very important. And I just outlined one of the reasons, but also because competition is so fierce. So, when I go to a business, whether it's again, accounting firm or the doctor's office or a restaurant or my dry cleaner, I just cannot wrap my head around or understand when you don't receive good client service, or when you can tell that it's not even on their agenda, it's not important to them, because competition is so fierce in almost every single industry. So, one of the only things that can set you apart or differentiate yourself is to provide a memorable experience and excellent client service. The only company that I can think of off the top of my head that can kind of get away with not providing that is probably Walmart, because they can compete in pricing and in volume But even then, there are some people who will not go to a Walmart because the client service is not very good. So, client service, client experience is so powerful and so important if you are trying to compete. And again, it doesn't have to be a for profit business, it doesn't have to be just something in professional services, such as law firms or accounting or architect or something like that. If you are a nonprofit, if you're a ministry, a church, even then, customer service, client service, how you treat your congregation is extremely important. Especially, I live in Atlanta, especially in the South, where there is a church on almost every corner. One of the only things that will set you apart is being able to create memorable experiences for your congregation or for that person to feel like, wow, they really care about me here, or I get great client service even at church. So, competition is fierce in every industry, and if you are trying to compete and set yourself apart, you have to be in the game of providing great client service and great client experiences. So, in order to do that, one of the first things that I encourage clients to do, or companies to do, organizations to do, is to know your client journey. So that means you need to evaluate from start to finish, what is the journey of your client? How do they enter into your services, into your building, into engagement with you, whether that is through, again, how they enter your website, how they find you, how they pull onto your premises, if they are normally their first contact with you is through a phone call. What are they hearing? What are they experiencing? Whether it's through the receptionist or whether they're on hold. Again, how do they get their invoices? What do the invoices look like? How easy is it for them to pay? Again, if we're talking about a church or a nonprofit, how easy it is for them to give. What type of thank yous do they get after they receive? Um, after they pay. So again, step back and get several people in your organization to step back and look at the full client experience, customer experience, and the different touch points in the journey. And then you evaluate, is this what lines up with our brand? Is this what we want to communicate? Is this retaining who we have, and is it attracting who we want? So those are some of the things I wanted to talk about with client experience and client service, why it's so important, and some of the ways that we can address it. So just wanted to mention that and do a video today. And please share it, please like it, please subscribe to my video. I'm really trying to do better with providing great content and great videos for branding, marketing, all things strategy, all things clarity. And you'll be seeing more of me and more interesting things coming out this year. So, you all have a great week, day, month, moment, year. Make it great wherever you are in your season of your business, of your life. Life is short. Enjoy every minute of it. And I hope everybody is walking and exercising their gifts and their strengths and walking in clarity and connecting the dots. All right. Thank you. Stay tuned.